And good afternoon, everyone. This is Daniel. Welcome to this afternoon's Chronicle of the Golden Quill as we discuss matters of current events that are going on in the discourse of speaking. And I think this morning we spoke on freedom, creativity, proposition that all men are created equal. And this afternoon we can just continue that discussion here at what I like to call the common grounds, the common round, or common grounds round, maybe be an interesting name. Just trying to give names to these locations that I do these discussions, just to kind of give everything a bit of a theme and a bit more enjoyable. Much of the discourse on the politically divided landscape that we currently dwell in is a lot of just rhetoric, vein jangling, and just very circular type of reasoning, circular discussions that hasn't really quite brought about any form of prosperity in any means to the larger base of society. It seems that speech is being controlled by various groups. It's not just the legacy media or media in general. You now have all these tech companies, you have influencers, and you have this lack of creativity in society and the lack of this respect towards an individual having the right to an identity, having some sort of spiritual purpose in life, and has greatly reduced our understanding of the First Amendment right and how critical it is for especially young people to really begin developing their speech, begin developing their creativity at an early age, so that they can hopefully enter the workforce or even just the social marketplace at an earlier age, and then begin acquiring more skills through the use of the First Amendment right, their creativity. And that's a very beautiful thing, and all that leads to the revelation of beauty. Baseball field here. It's a wonderful sport, America's pastime. Fortunately, we've become a society that's just a little bit too focused on sport, and sport has become a major drain on our infrastructure, on our energy, and really where we're devoting a lot of our intellect. And it has greatly reduced the creative spirit within the individual and society, because most young people now that are getting involved in sport, and this started happening in the early 2000s, sport just became a pay-to-play sport, and unfortunately it just became an economy in itself, and parents with money just pulled out the credit card and they wanted to participate in a bit more of a social class and have little Johnny and Susie just be part of a social class and take that journey on, maybe getting some sort of scholarship and going to the nice college and the nice middle management corporate job where you don't really do anything, just answer emails all day and sit at a desk. So sport, in its current modern viewing from the eyes of a nation that doesn't really move much and doesn't have much creativity, is kind of completely and totally useless. And sport needs to really return back to the baseball field, the baseball diamond. And I mean, back in the Civil War, I mean, I know there's a story of both sides actually got in a bit of a skirmish over a baseball, just so that they can play. So it's it's a sport with a lot of history, and it's kind of unfortunate that see sport go the way of money, because it really sets up a huge barrier and limits participation in society. And when you start limiting participation in society, it completely it loses its usefulness. It has no purpose anymore. And so finding a way to restructure the infrastructure of our society, quite physically and literally, to bring about a return to the playground, almost a return to kids being allowed to be kids and be active and play outside, is how we go about, in one sense, reigniting the creative spirit that we seem to lost a little bit, and is now really, all that energy has been put into various forms of political dissent, it seems like, and anger, and it needs to change. And I'm just out on my walk from my lunch break this afternoon, and later after work I'll make my way back to the bridge of Camelot, where I'll maybe do another quick video. But I just want to bring some ideas to the current discussion that's going on in the marketplace, and hopefully just we can begin to turn about our speech towards something that could be a bit more positive and bring about the power of the creative spirit and the revelation of beauty.